Is this one just like exactly the same as the last one?
5 things I wish I'd have known before dating a trans woman, part 2.
You're bad.
Number 1, don't worry about the haters. They might call you gay, but these guys are just uncomfortable in their own sexuality. And they're also the same guys sliding into her DMs when no one's around.
That's probably true. This is just a ad, by the way. Like, they're both stars that are repping their stuff. I mean, I respect it. I mean, it's not like when I put out videos, I'm also advertising my job, you know, where I show my ass. It's a ad, but it comes across way less chasery. Is this less chasery in the last one? Has there been growth?
Number 2, so if liking men makes you gay and liking women makes you straight, what does not liking men but liking women of all types, including trans women, make you? Trans gay? Well, shit. If liking a trans woman makes me any type of gay, then slap a rainbow tattoo on me, clap a fan, and call me Elton John.
All right. Are we all feeling affirmed, chat, considering statistically speaking, like 30% of you are trans women, who all, I assume, look exactly like this?
Because I ain't letting nothing stop me from enjoying these beautiful women. Number 3, loving a trans woman does not devalue a biological woman. I don't know about
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Hold on.
y'all, but I appreciate all women. Number 4, because of their experiences, trans women are exposed to thinking outside of the box, which means that they're typically more open-minded to exploring other avenues of excitement. Woo! Number 5, these
What the fuck does that mean? What? I thought he was implying that they do anal, which, yeah, sure, but does you mean like he's doing anal or whatever? Okay. Whoa! Yeah.
women are not just disposable toys. They're looking for the same things we all are. So if you ain't got the yam bags to take her out in front of your friends, then don't hit her up later.
That clack of the sound, very uncomfortable. Like he, okay.
Private. So if you ain't scared,
Repost this one, haters.
That's great. I'm not a hater, so I can't repost it. Well done, Colin Costco. He didn't even mention a frottage. Yeah. Is there a debate today? I think there's like 30 debates today, actually. Did you see Melee reject bricks? Yeah, and not surprising, right? That's what they called it, Seminole Meister. He didn't talk about mouthfeel. He's not a chaser. Yeah. Videos like this always remind me of those. They're less popular now, but for a while it was all those like before the threat to trans people was this like immediate and apocalyptic. There were a bunch of think pieces on like, don't promote the validity of trans women by sexualizing them and submitting them to the male gaze. You know, all you're doing is reifying the pre-existing patriarchal cultural trends and such and such. And I don't think there's no argument to that or whatever, especially when I watch videos like this and I'm thinking, you know, but that'll help normalize. I mean, that's always the back and forth argument, right? On one hand, it's like, are trans women and their existence normalized through pornography? For which the answer is yes. The answer is yes. But then it's like, okay, so is that normalization worth it considering the other stuff that comes along with it? And it's like, probably marginally yes in a lot of cases, though it definitely varies like point to point, right? I mean, in terms of like, I don't think trans relationship, or it's not trans relationship, like the acceptance of trans people would be in a better place right now if there was just magically like no porn of trans women or whatever. At the same time, there are, of course, always issues. Yeah, not catastrophically Bolshevik. I gotta say, though, it does seem a little bit, I don't know. A lot of the criticisms I have, it feels like there's this weird gulf, right? Where unless you're a very insecure misogynistic dude, and there are a lot of them, but unless you're one of those guys, a confident woman is a pretty like attractive characteristic for a lot of people, even if they pretend that it's not, you know? And if you take a look at like hot babes in movies, cis babes, I mean, a lot of them are confident and that gets sold well. But it seems like there's kind of a missing middle when it comes to trans women, where trans women can either be very submissive and quiet. I mean, she's barely talking in the video. She's eye candy. It's porn star, you know, whatever. Or they can be like fetishistically overconfident. And that's how they're always depicted, not always, but they're often depicted in pornography, especially like, you know, the hentai shit or whatever, where there it's like, oh, if a trans woman is actually like some kind of insanely overconfident sex fiend, like succubus or whatever. And the missing middle is like, can a trans woman be confident in a normal way? Like, can a trans woman be upfront and confident in a way that isn't deliberately fetishistic? Is such a thing possible? And it is like hypothetically, but man, is there like a lot of missing space in that middle. You know what I mean? Because it really does seem like the easiest roles to slip into are either like, I am a super ultra confident out there degen, look at my like devil horns that I have as cosplay. I'm a witch, goth, trans, blah, 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 hypersexual, polyamorous, 7 partners, blah, blah. And there's like that side. And then there's the like very demure submissive side. And that's the other thing. And there's overlap, of course, but, you know, it's like the missing middle. Will they invent a normal trans woman is what I'm asking. No, because women aren't normal. Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, probably piggy killer. Normal trans women are too busy running for office in red states. Yeah. It just feels like there's not a lot of cultural space right now for trans women to be confident in a way that's not fetishistic. You know what I mean? The confidence always has to be framed through this like, yeah, I'm trans and I know it. Like, yeah, I have a dick and I know it if they have a dick. Or whatever, like very active, you know, very like deliberate, very focused. Whereas, you know, when we think of like a confident woman broadly, we don't usually think like, oh yeah, she'll come up to you and she'll say, yeah, I have a pussy and that's fine or whatever. That's not normally where our minds go to. Yeah, I don't know. The missing middle won't exist until the right lets it. There is some truth to that, I think. Yeah, it's difficult for that balance to like even out in a world where you have to constantly defend yourself or justify your existence. You know what I mean? Because then like you can't be normal because people keep dragging you into abnormality. You're sort of being forced into that. So yeah, I'm sympathetic. You know, it seems frustrating. I think we're a lot more normal IRL. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it's much easier to be normal IRL, or maybe it's much easier to be abnormal online. Maybe. What market are we talking about though? Well, that's the thing. I'm not talking about a market. I'm just talking about like existing in a space. You know, look. I'm sure there are plenty of trans women who are pretty tired of having to walk that tightrope, right? Because you have to you can't be so confident that you come across as like fetishistic or invite a bunch of harassment, but you also don't want to come across as like apologetic for being trans. And it turns out the margin between those 2 points is really, really, really narrow when there's a culture war going on you, like right now, you know? Like that's a very wide tightrope if you're like just a regular guy. Worsened by the fact that most trans girls are also autistic. Yes, many such cases. I'm not blaming trans chicks or whatever. I'm just saying like it's yeah, not impugning them. She's hot. Well, she's an actress. I assume she's hot. Sure, I'll bite. Hunter Schafer. Yeah, she's attractive. Now everyone was waiting on my confirmation on my opinion on the matter. You know. Oh, this is the chick from Euphoria. Euphoria. Yeah, that's I've heard of her. Yeah. She's 15. No, she's not. It says right here on Google. She's 24 actually. She hangs out with Kojima now. Wait, really? Hunter Schafer visited Hideo Kojima's studio in Japan. She will star in them and Jordan Peele's next game. Oh, wait. That's actually really cool. She's going to star in the next Hideo Kojima game? I mean, they say star. She might just be in it, but that's pretty cool. She was on the trailer. Oh. What would Kojima name a trans woman, though? Yes, it is true. As good as Kojima is, it is worth noting that he has been very weird about women in the past, so we have to keep that in mind. Is she the when white people meet? Wait, is she the white woman who does the white person reaction when there's no Doritos at the function? She is? Oh. No, she's not? Okay, people in chat are saying she's not. Okay. That was Sophia Lillis? Okay, gotcha. I hate that meme. I mean, you can just say white anything and get away with it. I saw a post on Twitter this morning where it was like absolutely wild that white people choose to write fantasy with racism, taxes, bigotry, slavery, and violence in it. Or something like that. Incredible stuff. I trust Jordan. He's a woman respecter. Jordan is a woman respecter. That is true. So we need Jordan's woman respecting juice and Hideo Kojima's weird about women juice to sort of combine in a constructive fashion, not in a destructive fashion. We need synthesis. Okay, this is the dialectic we're talking about here, folks. To be fair, that tweet got cooked to hell and back. Okay, I know this particular tweet got cooked to hell and back, but tweets like this go viral all the time. White people writing fantasy so interest me because you could imagine anything in your world still has rape, incest, hierarchies, pillaging, pilfering, apparatuses of social control, land theft, apparatuses of social control. What fantasy world would you what would there be with what land theft, taxes, and abuse? From Afro Pessimism Apologist, which is about the most accurate name you could possibly have after posting something like that.